Hey there, I'm Chris, and thanks for joining me on this new build series where we look at this Tamiya Calsonic Skyline GTR R34. And to get started off, we're looking at box art, and as always with all Tamiya kits, the artist renditions are very, very good indeed, very detailed, and they do look, pretty darn good, to be honest. And on the side of the box, we've got a side profile of the car, which is quite helpful because these are quite detailed, to be fair. So when it comes to placing the decals, they've got the side profile, the front and the rear profiles of the car itself, and it could be quite helpful in placement. Obviously there is the diagrams on the inside of the booklet regarding where to place the decals, but yeah, these are pretty good as well to give you a bit more of an inspiration. On the side, same as the top. On the other side, you've got a bird's eye view of the car itself, and also an actual photo from back in the day. Quite interesting to see actually, and it looks like a very rainy day as well, to be fair. But it just screams, for any of you older, watchers, back in the PlayStation 1 days, PlayStation 2 days, it just screams Gran Turismo. This kit, I've been after this kit for quite some time, and here we are. I finally got it, and I am super excited. It's just hugely reminiscent, like I said already, of the old Gran Turismos, which I absolutely loved. So let's get this box open and see what's inside it. So to get started, you've got the usual tech tips sheet that you find in most of the kits that Tamiya provide. Quite handy for any beginners or newbies, or even some others that are looking to learn a few new things. Here we are with the instruction booklet. We've got some information about the actual race car itself in English, German, French and then Japanese. What I'll do is, for anyone interested, I will slowly, as you can see, just show you each section in different languages, so if you need to pause it to have a quick read, now's your time to pause on the preferred language. As for the booklet itself, it's a completely fold out to the sides. It's not a booklet as such. A little bit annoying because it takes up so much space, but a bit of folding doesn't matter. List of colours. To get started off on the kit build itself, you're going to be looking at the underneath of the engine. It's not full engine detail, just the underneath. Part of the subframe work there, some radiator work as well. And eventually, when I get it all unfolded, we can start looking at the next bits. You see they're attaching some big old discs in the suspension. Getting it all onto the underneath of the chassis. The exhaust, bit of the exhaust there. I think that'll do the gluing of that before doing the paint. And I'm really looking forward to this. There's going to be quite a lot of detail, as you can see, quite a lot of detail underneath. And then we are onto the wheels. I'm looking forward to this. After the previous build where there wasn't much going on, there's so much going on in this one. And I'm super excited. I mean, I'm excited enough as it is to build this kit. I've been after it for quite some time, but to see all the detail, I mean, you can see here as well, looking at the interior now, there's so much going on. So I'm really looking forward to getting stuck into it, taking my time, and trying to do as best as I can to detail it all up. You've got a roll cage which comes in several parts. You've got the door cards, and then we're start looking at getting the bodywork sorted. And as you see there for the windows, it's something a bit different for a Tamiya kit for me, to be honest. The windows attaching from the exterior. Obviously, normally it's like a big clear part that goes on the inside. So this I must be careful of not to. Obviously, we're using spray cans not to fill the gaps up too much, otherwise it's just going to cause fitment issues. So I must be really careful. And there we are, getting the body attached to the finished chassis work. And now we're just getting all the spoiler attached, and obviously the skid pans and all the aerodynamic stuff attached underneath. And like I said, you've got the reference markings for the decals there, but it's I just like the one on the outside of the box because it's just in colour. So to start with all the other parts, the first bit is this bit of very reflective aluminium tape or something similar along to that, which goes around the outside of where the exhaust comes through the side skirt. You've got all the tyre markings, which has been a while since I've done them, so it's going to be fun doing that. And then we've got one of the smaller decal sheets. You've got obviously the seats, you've got all the bits and the bobs. to go with that. You've got the headlights are solid silver, as you can see either side at the top left, top right. Undecided whether I'm going to actually paint it or use the decals provided. We'll soon see. And as well, the rest of the sheet, you've got a few of the sponsors as well. And now onto the main sheet. You've got the Calsonic, you know, all the Calsonic decals to get all the livery sorted. And it's nothing too strenuous in the way of designs, but in the sense of there's quite a lot of decals, which if anyone follows me, I don't do much of them. So I'm really looking forward to this. We've got the first sprue tree, quite a large one. Just looking at all the parts on this, it's mainly for chassis work. As you can see there, you've got some very detailed disc brakes, and you've got a couple of subframes, and you've got your suspension struts there to the left. I'm looking forward to getting the discs. It's nice to have a kit with a nice set of detailed discs in there, you know, because obviously they're going to be sat behind a set of wheels. It's quite open as such, so yeah, it's going to be a nice bit of detail into that. We've got the underneath of the part engine as such, gearbox, the exhaust tips, part of the exhaust there, some more frames, and just at the top right you've got the hubs where the discs will attach and the wheels will go into. Of course there you've got the rear drive axle, you've got the rear light housings as such, the fuel filler caps goes in the rear of the bumper, or boot lid, either one, underneath the chassis. Looks quite basic, but once you've got all the bits painted and detailed up, it should be pretty decent, to be fair. And just do the other side. Nice and clean, as usual, from a Tamiya kit, as we would expect. The inside of the interior there on the chassis, there's no tub, it's straight down to that. So it's going to be interesting to see how we get on with that. It shouldn't be a problem, to be fair. It's never really a problem. It all goes together nicely, and as you've seen in the instruction book, and as you can see on this sprue here, there's actually door cards. You've got the dashboard, right hand drive only, obviously because it's a Japanese touring car racer or GT racer, and the nice steering wheel. There's a bit of detail. It looks like a flash, but after a close inspection, it's not a flashing at all. It's like a little button panel as such. I've tried to get it into focus there. I don't know if you see it or not. Plenty of roll cage bars going on there, so it looks quite fiddly. But to be fair, I've already started assembling it, ready for priming. And you'll see in the next video, it's a little bit fiddly, but it's not too bad, to be fair. Not too bad at all. Obviously the one racing seat, fortunately enough, the sockets for the seat belts to go in are already open as such. Some of the basic Skyline kits from Tamiya, the seats that come in the kit, they're normally like solid, but so to have this one open, it's a nice little feature. Just a few more bits of the interior dotted around this sprue tree itself. Nice and clean again, as usual. So next up we've got the wheel sprue, and to the right of that, as you can see near my thumb, you've got the canards for the front bumper, and to the left there, those weird looking shapy bits on the left, they're actually for the spoiler. They're the spoiler struts and supports as such, and you'll see in the next video, it's quite a big old hefty spoiler, pretty decent to be fair. And this sprue is the spoiler. You've got the two spoiler parts there, the front bumper. Either side of those, you've got the two skirts as such. A spare set of wheels, I can only presume for the other varieties of the Japanese GT Skyline kits from Tamiya. But obviously with this being a Tamiya, they're male fitment, and I've got plenty of spare tyres, so they'll come quite handy on a Tamiya kit that needs a nice set of wheels. Again, looking over this, super clean, super tidy, really impressed with it. Definitely well worth the wait after looking for it for so long. I'm finally getting hold of it. Yeah, it's super clean. I'm just, yeah, super excited. I don't know if you can tell or not, but yeah. And here in this bag we've got the poly caps and the race slick tyres. They are completely slick. I don't know how you can tell, but they'll be staying in the bag until I need them. Just, you know, I don't fancy having loose tyres or loose poly caps floating about. Don't like the chance of losing any, misplacing any. And after that we have the clear sprue tree, and as you can see, made my day to see the window mask set. I was absolutely over the moon. It's the simple things in life. But over turning over, as you can see, one of the parts has come off its contact points. Again, like usual, the clear parts will be staying in the bag. So I tried to inspect it as I could, best as I could through the bag, but it doesn't look like there's any scratches or marks or damage to that part that's loose. So I'm just pretty happy with that, but must be careful. And here's the body shell. Very nice indeed, very nicely moulding. There's not too many mould lines, to be fair. It mainly runs over the roof, either side there, down the front A-pillars, and across the bonnet lines, bonnet panel lines, sorry, either side of the vents. Some big old vents. It'd be fun getting them painted up. And yeah, just having a quick look there, and it's only barely noticeable. It's just about to tell it's there. Nothing too bad. A bit of 600 sanding sponge, and they'll soon be gone. But overall, as you can see, it's a very clean body shell. There you can see the exhaust opening. I could use the provided chrome aluminium sort of like sticker template as such, or might even paint it, to be fair. We'll see. On the rear though, you can see on the right there, there's quite a big old hefty mould line. Just the little one onto the left. Quite surprised, to be fair. I think that's one of the biggest ones I've seen in the Tamiya kit. But as previously mentioned, I've already started prepping this ready for priming, and you'll see in the next video. But after a little bit of 600 sanding sponge, yeah, it was soon gone. No issues at all. I don't really mind these mould lines. So far I'm super happy with the contents of the box. I will be going race car livery as well. So I've recently acquired from Kent Models some of this Mr. Mark Setta Neo, as you can see here. I have briefly used it on the Porsche for some smaller ones. But yeah, looking forward to getting on with the kit, with the decals on this one, and using some of that as well. And for those who have been following me for quite some time, you know, I don't normally do builds like this, so I'm really looking forward to it. But the question is, will it be blue? And the answer is no. I'm going to be different. I like normal. I like to be a little bit different. I'm going, as you can see, Nissan Flame Red. So let's see how this goes. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time, where we start looking at getting it prepped for priming. Cheers. Bye.